반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Despite all the time they had lived together, Choi Myung-ji was determined to cast Shin Yeo-jin aside. She told herself she had no choice. Shin Yeo-jin also knew her, and today she would bring an end to their long twisted history with a satisfying and calculated revenge. She pushed her wheelchair to a quiet path behind the hospital garden where a set of steep outside stairs stood ominously. That was where she planned to end it all. When they reached the top, she paused for a moment, sneering at her with a twisted sense of victory. Then, with one final glance, she began to release her grip on the wheelchair. But in that very instant, Shin Yeo-jin suddenly rose from the chair. Choi Myung-ji froze in place, stunned. Shin Yeo-jin smiled faintly as she looked into her wide, confused eyes and calmly revealed the truth. She had never lost her memory. She had only pretended. Shin Yeo-jin suspected Choi Myung-ji might reach out to Detective Joe, an accomplice and a wanted criminal, and she needed evidence of their connection. Secretary Jang listened carefully and accepted her orders without hesitation, promising to stay in contact with Shin Yeo-jin even while the act continued. As Choi Myung-ji was deceived day by day, Secretary Jang investigated quietly from the outside. Through internal channels within Hyesung Group, she traced Detective Joe's past phone records and financial transactions. Eventually, she tracked down his exact location. The moment Detective Joe tried to leave the country, Secretary Jang was waiting at the airport. Amid the bustling crowds, she found him, a man trying to check in discreetly, his head down, sunglasses hiding his face. She approached him swiftly and revealed who she was. Detective Joe panicked, realizing that he had been caught. Desperate, he tried to flee, but Secretary Jang calmly blocked his path and offered him a choice: cooperate and he might be spared, or run and be arrested on the spot. Torn between fear and hopelessness, Detective Joe gave in. From his bag, he pulled out a yellow USB and an old smartphone. They contained everything: videos related to the Eugene accident, recorded calls with Choi Myung-ji, and other incriminating evidence. He asked if handing them over would save him, but Secretary Jang made it clear that decision belonged to the chairwoman. Then she discreetly signaled the airport security team. Within seconds, officers arrived and quietly arrested Detective Joe. As he was taken away, shouting about broken promises, Detective Jang watched him coldly. There had never been a way out for him. He had only ever been a means to an end. With the evidence secured, she left the airport calmly, her eyes set on the final goal: the downfall of Choi Myung-ji. A few days later, everything was ready. Shin Yeo-jin lured Choi Myung-ji to the secluded stairway behind the hospital. She played her part perfectly, acting weak and alone in her wheelchair. Choi Myung-ji pushed her along the path, believing the end was near, and positioned her at the edge of the stairs. But just before she could push her, the tables turned. She stood alive with power and purpose and revealed everything. Choi Myung-ji, once convinced of her triumph, was now trapped in her own deception, outwitted, exposed, and moments away from facing the consequences of her betrayal.
'Cause you are